I'm a law enforcement ranger. I'm protecting the forest, the animals, and everything within here. Up there is a nest, and it was built by chimpanzee. They will not go far from where they are protected. They stay to where they think nobody can harm them.
Liberia holds about 42% of all the remaining forests that still exists in West Africa. There was a nationwide survey conducted from 2010 to 2012, and the overall result of the survey was that there are around 7,000 chimpanzees still in Liberia. Most of the chimpanzees actually were found outside of protected areas, and obviously that is quite a big concern because in these areas there are other land uses coming in. So there are areas where there are very high logging activities, and I mean this is obviously very much the case in areas where we still find a lot of forest. And of course, another issue are large commercial plantations, such as for palm oil. And we know that at least for the southeast of Liberia, these areas are actually overlapping with chimpanzee habitat.
I work as a community animator. I mobilize communities, more especially on the issue of palm oil. And at first, when the oil palm company came to sign up, we thought that was like a messiah for us. And we accepted with the hope our level going to be improved because they show us a documentary from Indonesia or Malaysia or whatsoever. We saw the palm plantation, it improved the level of the people. You see the rows between the palm plantation. We say, yeah, but if we replicate that into Liberia, it would be good for us. So with that hope, we accepted the palm company to do the clearance, and we signed the MOUs with the hope that we'll get school, we'll get good water, we'll get other facility basic facility that we did not have. The daily life of the people had changed. They cleared the place, and places we used to go for herbs, we no longer go there. And we had easy access to our creeks, but the company uses chemicals. So the chemicals spill into the water, and the water is no longer safe for drinking. So in return, they rehabilitated some pumps so that we can drink. But the water we drink from the creek, we catch crabs, crawfish, and other fish that we can eat. But the hand pump, you cannot get crawfish from the hand pump. The world over, nobody can do with our forest. The world over.
Well, our function is to sustainably manage the forest estate of the nation. The forest is good while it stands, so at the FDA, we make sure as much as possible that there's limited activities in the forest and to promote deforestation-free product. But on the other hand, The economic reality is that the government must look for investors to invest in the sector, in this case, in the palm sector. So it's a constant battle that we fight, but we're doing everything to make sure that the forest is kept intact and is protected. We've even made a law to keep 30% of our remaining forest for conservation purpose.
Here now is a farm. Before it was forest, but it's been cut down by one who owns the farm. Animals were living in this little forest, but now he felled it, he burned the fell. So after brushing and fell burn, those animals gone. But for this, I look at it a little bit better than the palm company, because what they do, they cut a lot of forest and they just plant palm, and the forest will lost. We will not find the forest again.
It is a very strong part of Liberian culture. So Liberians just love bushmeat, they love the taste. And the most preferred meat is monkey meat. The establishment of these plantations opens up possibilities for hunters to have easier access to chimpanzees and other wildlife. The people who are working in the plantations are also representing a market for bushmeat traders, for hunters. We are really fighting against time, but there is definitely hope for, for Liberia's chimpanzee population, especially if the government remains or partly becomes serious about conservation. And so before it is too late, we need to protect those forests that always have been earmarked for protection, and especially those areas that have been identified as priority areas for chimpanzees, and at least 30% of the remaining forest.
You see this tree? It's called sacroglottis. And the sacroglottis, the chimpanzee eat it, fruit. Take this nut and put this, we call this the wood handle. So you lay it on this. Sometimes you bring rock. Sometimes you use the same wood as hammer to crack it. The forest is the one that makes us to be alive now. If we spoil them, but there's no forest, there will be no chimpanzee, there will be no hippo, there will be no elephant here.